Hi guys, welcome to my shed. This is where I am building my model railway called Wolverton Centre Sidings. It's located in the county of Buckinghamshire. It's a little town called Wolverton that houses is the home of the longest operating railway works in the world, and was built by the London and Birmingham Company back in about 1830, I think, somewhere around that time. So this is going to be a video of a layout tour and to show you the progress I've been making and also a few other bits and pieces you might be interested in. I am actually filming this on my phone because I can't be asked to go and get my big camera and set up a tripod, so please excuse the lower quality than you're used to. Right, here we go. So, where should we start? Let's start at the Blue Bridge end of the layout. So this is a plastic mock-up, which I am in the process of building. It's a placeholder at the moment. It's made out of foam board, and it'll eventually be clad with brick and stone and made to look nice. And the real bridge is built in blue engineering bricks. So that's what that's going to look like when it's finished. The polished styrene that you can see here is just a rough kind of sculpture of what the landform is going to look like. Um, so we've got the four main lines. What you can see going under the four main lines is the underpass where stock accesses the works. It was built so that it didn't impinge on the main line running back when the works was at its heyday. So we've got the four main lines, the underpass, two inclines for the underpass. As you can see, this incline at the front has got some ballast on it. It's not finished yet, and if I can lean over, and you'll see that's the access incline down to the point, which is just under the bridge, back over there. So I mean, it's based on Wolverton Centre sidings. It isn't an exact replica in double O because I would need a shed twice the length of what I've got to do it to scale. So I've had to make compromises. So the compromises I've made are to shorten the incline as much as possible whilst allowing stock to go up and down. And where the Class 8s are parked at the moment, they should be long enough to take 12 Mark III coaches. As you can see, they're not. Then this way, up this end, we've got Stratford Road. So this is a model of Stratford Road Bridge and the station building that was in situ until about 1986 when it was demolished. I thought I would do a what if layout. What if Wolverton Station actually got its preservation order before BR knocked it down? So that is a scale model of the station. It isn't lit, but it is, as you can see, quite detailed. And that's the roadway. Again, modelling compromises have had to be made, so the bus stops are reversed. So the bus stop this end should be on the other side of the road, but I've done it the other way. All right, then. So that's layout. Then where Wolverton Centre sidings is now, they're using it as I think it's a network rail maintenance storage yard. So that's what I'm kind of in the process of doing here. And where these locos and coaches are parked, they're actually not existing anymore. They've been completely lifted. So I've kind of modelled it as what would happen if Wolverton was still it's still working, but it's not as big as it was. What would happen if Wolverton hadn't been downsized back during the 80s and was now a centre of excellence for the repair and maintenance of coaches and other rolling stock. So the layout is controlled DCC. I'm using a DigiKeys DR5000 base station, which talks to these tablets on the Z21 app. The layout is split into two zones. So this side that you're seeing at the moment is fed directly off the DR5000. And if I swing you round, the fiddle yard side is run off of a Digitrax booster. Well, it was actually a Digitrax DCC system, but I've configured it to run on a booster. So if you look underneath, you can see that's just working as a booster. And you can see the mess of wiring. I'm not the tidiest of wirers, but it works. And to get the track voltage the same on each side, I had to open up the box of the Digitrax controller and play about with the little variable rheostat thingy inside to make it work. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, 17.52 volts on that side and 17.91 volts that side, so half a volt. That's about as close as I can get it. So going back, I use a combination of the tablets, this DT400 Digitrax throttle, which is LocoNet, and somewhere along here, yeah, this end, I've got the Z21 Wi-Fi mouse, which is quite good, although they are very heavy on batteries. Right, on to the fiddle yard. So the fiddle yard goes from 4 to, I remember now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 sidings aside. So I've got the up slow, well, I've got the slow sidings on one side, they're the outside ones, and fast sidings are on the other. And I am eventually going to, if I bring you round again over the bench, pop a couple of points in there so that I can access the fast lines to the slow lines and vice versa, because at the moment I can't. Stock accesses off the, so the third line in, where you can see this point, that is the down slow, so stock can come off of there and into the yard, and then off the up slow on that side. I'm not 100% sure, and I've looked and I've tried to find out, but I'm not 100% sure if they run the train, the trains dragging stock for the centre sidings run in the opposite direction to what would normally be. So obviously up is towards London, which is that way. But to access the sidings from there, they would either have to do a reversing move, which is quite unlikely given it's a 100-mile-an-hour main line, or they would have to run reverse direction. I do know that further down the track at Milton Keynes Station they have got bi-directional running. I'm not sure about it up here, but anyway, it's by the by. So that's that. As you can see, the stockyard or the fiddle yard is quite well filled. Full length Pendolino there. That's 11 cars. Both ends are powered, and I've removed the traction tyres. There is a video on the channel about that. Homemade loads in the engineer's train, so old sleepers, used ballast, etc., etc. I've got a Class 59 over the back, an ARC Class 59 from Dapol. You can see it. There it is, the yellow and grey one. That's got a 20 wagons full of ballast. got the Accurascale Class 90 on the what they call the Virgin Charter. Class 87 on a Locomotive Services Limited charter. Couple of ubiquitous container trains, one going in each direction. Accurascale Class 92, pulling Bachmann double stacked car loaders, 2-deck car loaders, and I have never got these to run properly. I bought them years and years ago, and they were put away for storage because I knew one day I'd get a layout that would have them, but I've never been able to get them. They derail everywhere, and there's no rhyme or reason. The back to backs are right. There's plenty of lubrication on the wheels. They're just horrible runners. The cars that are on them are plastic crappy ones I got off eBay. I think they're slightly oversized, but it looks alright. I was going to put Oxford diecast cars on there, but you fill that up with Oxford diecast and it won't pull the train. Even the Class 92, which is a really good loco for heavy loads. Got my little display cabinet. I've got Kestrel in there, Victor Hugo, that's a Lima model, another Class 59 Lima model, the APT original Hornby APT, and the original Hornby 125 set. And I got my books, all my research materials, and my DVD collection, because I've got a DVD player in the shed. As you can see, there is the DVD player, Frenched into the layout. And I've got an old Samsung flat screen TV, which I picked up cheap from a charity shop, because the very top 10% of the screen is a bit darker than the rest, but it's okay for my use. A few pictures up. There's my favourite one, Pendolino approaching Wolverton, going towards London, leaning over, quite nice. And then my missus, or my wife I should say, got me some bits and pieces for Christmas. I've got the LMS in Cunard and some tickets, LMS tickets. As you can probably tell, I'm a LMS man. Where else are we? Right, so we've got the workbench. Believe it or not, that workbench works quite well. It's just an old, and again, an old dining room table that I picked up cheap from a charity shop. Put some casters on it so I can move it about. The hobby zone storage. I must admit I'm not that impressed with them because you knock them and they move, and I'm just a bit OCD about things like that. I don't like stuff to move about. But they work. They keep things organised. What more can I say? That is my workbench. It's a bit untidy than usual because obviously not obviously to you, but I've just finished ballasting the rest of the scenic side. So the scenic side is now completely ballasted. These yard lights are, I'm trying to think, are they Brava? I think they're Brava, yeah. A German make, and they're available from Accurascalemodels.co.uk. And they're not expensive. Again, they're actually platform lights. They're HO, but you'd never know. They're also available from Accurascale.co.uk. Got the little street lights, I think they're Brava. They're available from Accurascale.co.uk. I can't remember where we got the flashing Belisha beacons from or who they're made by. I bought those for my grandson, but he kind of lost interest in model railways as he got a bit older, so I nicked them back. Road markings are scale model scenery, fantastic set, really easy to apply. So the bridge and the station, they're completely scratch built, other than the lights and the markings. The road is 800 grit wet and dry. There you go, so there you go. And I've got under layout storage. Got my old toolboxes from when I used to be precision machinist. And then I've got household paints and everything. Oh, my nameplate. I picked that up off eBay. It was a complete rusted mess and I've restored it. I don't think it turned out too bad. And there we go. Well, that's the quick tour of Wolverton Centre sidings, the model railway. Thanks for your patience on this video and me waffling on for ages. And I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers!